Evening, everyone. Welcome to our personnel meeting for November 25th, 2025. Thank you for joining us this evening, and I'm going to turn it over to Tracy. Ms. Gardner, my apologies.
No worries. I trust you are able to see my screen. All right. So thank you for joining us this evening for the Personnel Committee meeting. Just a few items that we're going to be discussing. Just some updates on the teachers' contract negotiations, some staffing updates, Kelly substitute opportunities, and interview panel volunteers. So for the contract negotiations, the district and the teachers union,
I like to do this well. It's the same thing.
we reached an agreement.
There
We reached an agreement in October, and some highlights of the four-year agreement include an increase in the starting salary. There is an average of 3.5% increase over the life of the contract. And of course, the increase is contingent upon state funding. There has been a new committee created to participate in supplemental offerings and interviews. We are actively partnering with the union to just make sure that the supplementals, especially for sports, that there are fair interviews and unbiased, and everyone has a fair opportunity to apply for any supplemental position. There's also an increase in the tuition reimbursement rate. The rate has increased to $52.50 per year per member. And with that is a first come, first serve basis, the pot of money, but anyone is able to apply for tuition reimbursement. There has been an additional one personal day added to the bank for members who have more than 10 years of service. Currently, everyone gets 3, but if you have more than 10 years of service, you'll get an additional 1 to a maximum of 4. There is no change in the healthcare contribution, but the number of sick days has been increased to 12 per year. It was at 10, now it's at 12. And for current retirees, and that is retirees who were people who were retired prior to the ratification of the contract, I'll say it that way. If they have a spouse who is over 65, they are able to continue with the coverage for a surcharge, but the benefit will end when the retiree themselves reach age 65. Ms. Ivory, do you have any questions?
No, I do not have any questions, but I would like to say thank you, Ms. Gardner, for this very challenging but rewarding task to come to an agreement for the contract, as well as Mr. Deans, Dr. B. Coates, and Mr. Tom. I appreciate all of the work that that everyone did to get us to this point and to show the teachers that we care and that we're working towards making sure it's equitable for every teacher in the district. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys and appreciate you especially for this back and forth. I know it was a lot, but here we are. So I'm happy to see that the teachers, have a contract at this point. That's it.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any questions or comments from the
Ms.
board?
Ivory, there, Ms. Hoff has a question in the chat due to bad cell phone coverage. She asks that where does our district's starting salary fall amongst other Delco districts?
Okay, Ms. Hoff, what we'll do is we will make sure we get that information to you. We can just make a note of that and we'll make sure you have that in our next board updates. Thank you for that question.
Okay, Ms. Ivory, I'll move on.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So just some quick staffing updates. As you know, the assistant principal position at Penwood Middle School is vacant. And 5 candidates were interviewed on November 10th and November 11th. There's going to be an additional 5 candidates interviewed the week of December 1st. The second round of interviews, those that are successful to move to the second round, those interviews will happen the week of December 8th. And we are hoping to have the candidates presented to the superintendent no later than December 19th, and then presented to the board for approval at the January 2026 business meeting. Our vacancies, the SPED teachers, instructional assistants, those are the vacancies that we have. And these are positions that consistently, not only in William Penn, but of course other districts, SPED teachers are in high demand everywhere, and we're no different. So we have some vacancies. We need some SPED teachers and some instructional assistants. And here you'll see Walnut, Penwood Middle School, and Penwood High School. Ms. Ivy, do you have any questions?
No, I do not. Thank you. Do we have any questions in the chat from anyone? Looking, I do not see. Nope, you can continue, Ms. Gardner.
So Kelly Education, they are our substitute teacher provider. And they're always looking to add to our pool of substitute teachers. And so if you know anyone who wants to substitute or is interested in working specifically as a substitute in William Penn School District, they can get in touch with Kelly Ed. There's a telephone number, 1-855-KELLY-ED, or you can send an email, ednarecruiting@kellyservices.com. And our business partner will certainly move you through the process to get you onboarding and working in William Penn School District. Do you have any questions about Kelly subs, Ms. Ivory?
No, quite. Well, I guess maybe a question. Have we done maybe a reach back to any teachers that have retired possibly to see if they would be interested in coming in for a couple of days a week just as a potential in-house sub?
Yes, that was the first group that we forwarded to Kelly. We provided those names at the beginning of September. In August, the beginning of the school year, we did present those names.
Okay, thank you.
Great minds think alike. And last, we are always interested in having volunteers to serve on our panel for administrative positions. So there's a sign up, of course. You click on the link and you'll add your name and contact information, and it'll will ask if you are a parent or a teacher in the district, because we need teachers in the district, and of course parents. They're part of our community and they serve on the panel. And when there is an opportunity, the names are drawn at random, and we'll ask if you are interested in serving on a panel to help us select the next administrator for whatever the position is. And so I encourage everyone to sign up, and we'll contact you if there is a need. If your name comes up, like again, their names are random. And if there's an opportunity and you're available, we would love to have you. Our next Personnel Committee meeting is January 28th, 2026 at 6:30. It will be virtual, and I encourage you to join the meeting. And if you have any questions or concerns, certainly you're welcome to send us an email, human resources at wpsd.k12.pa.us. And we'll be happy to address it, happy to address your question or your concern.
Thank you, Ms. Gardner. And I don't see any questions in the chat. Oh, wait, we do have a question that's coming up. It looks like Ms. Hoff is typing now. But again, I just want to echo again that thank you, Ms. Gardner. You have been working diligently to narrow down the amount of positions we have open. And I'm glad to see that you have done a lot of work with your team to close those gaps. But I do see Ms. Hoff has a meeting. Our meetings move to Wednesdays. It depends on what. Let me just check my calendar. The 28th is on a Wednesday. Okay.
So that might be a typo.
It might be a typo. Okay.
Yes, because in the event that there is a meeting that's a business meeting that needs to move to a Tuesday, the personnel meeting always moves to the Thursday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that
You're very welcome.
clarification. All right. Ms. Hoff, that might be a typo if you could hear us, that was a possible typo. So it probably will be the 29th instead of the 28th. Okay, and we can make that correction, I'm sure, in the calendar. All right, well, if there are no additional questions, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. We look forward to seeing you at our next meeting, and please share your input, sign up and volunteer, please, for our interview panels, and look forward to seeing you